What's up guys, Rich here, and today I wanted to make a quick follow-up to a very controversial watch, my Ginault Ocean Rover. I've had this watch for 2 years now, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time reviewing it really at all because I've already reviewed this. It's just a follow-up because it is such a controversial watch regarding the manufacturer's transparency and the ownership behind it. So we're just going to talk about the build quality. This is a one-to-one to the Rolex Submariner. It is 40 millimeters, and everything else falls in line with the size of a Submariner. It is priced about $1,300. So regardless of what we may think of the watch, let's just talk about the quality, because one of the arguments has always been, well, you know, even those people who are against Ginault's Ocean Rover is, well, it's hard to argue about the build quality. So how has it been holding up 2 years later? Now, it's not a watch I would buy. It's not a watch I would pay for because a one-to-one homage is not my thing. But it was gifted to me by Ginault, and I was more than curious to test out its build quality. So that's what I wanted to get into. It does still have that very nice lacquer dial. It is an attractive watch. It is a well-made watch, nicely finished. As far as the accuracy, which is another issue is behind Ginault, is the transparency of their movement. It's a clone of the ETA 2824, but I've still been getting about 7 to 8 seconds a day. Now that is just outside chronometer standards of -4 seconds to +6 seconds a day. So I can't really argue on the accuracy of the movement, nor can I argue about the finishing or the build quality. Now you look at the bracelet, you can see how still flush the lip is. So it's countless openings and closings of this bracelet after 2 years. And here, there's their case back. It is a sterile case back. But when we close the bracelet, which is what we're talking about here, it snaps nicely. And then you can see how it is still flush. There is no wiggle room on the lip here. So the construction is there. Everything about this watch is well made. That was one of its strongest arguments when when it was getting all the attention that it has been getting. Now, I don't know how active Ginault is right now. They still have an active website, but they haven't been active on Instagram. I think their last post was in April, and I know that they were working on the Ocean Rover 2. So I don't know what the status is on that, but that's the follow-up to this, to the original Ocean Rover. The finishing remains great. It is not a watch that has fallen apart on me. The bezel is a nice, has nice turn action. Here we go. So there it is. The bezel's not falling off. It hasn't become all loose. It's not wiggly. The crown hasn't popped off the way that it has on my other less expensive watches. I've had crown issues. So regarding the build quality, just like it was when it was brand new, is still holding up. So if we were thinking that, well, how is this watch, a $1,300 watch, going to hold up? Well, if you're going to make an homage, the quality has to be there, and the quality has been there. There isn't anything that I can really say that has disappointed me regarding the quality. Now, admittedly, it's not a watch that gets too much wear on my wrist. Doesn't get a whole lot of wrist action, but every now and then I still like to pull it out because it is still a pretty attractive watch, especially with that dial. I can't really complain about the dial. I can't really complain about anything regarding the build quality here. So, again, for $1,300, there are a lot of options to us with that regarding a lot of originality to the watch. But again, if we're looking for a watch that is an homage and a watch that has really great build quality, and if we are willing to spend about $1,300, at least know that the quality will hold up after 2 years and the accuracy is still there. That's all I really wanted to touch on, is how this watch is holding up. Nothing about this watch has fallen apart. The bracelet, the bezel action, the accuracy of the movement, all those things, there really isn't anything else to ask of regarding how our watch is going to hold up. So again, if we're looking to spend about $1,300, whether it's on the second model of this, or we still want something like this because we like the way that it looks, know that it will hold up, at least in my experience, even after 2 years. And then the rest will be up to you on everyone else, how they feel about the looks of the watch. That's the most controversial part, that and the lack of transparency by Ginault. But they did build a pretty nice quality made watch. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you the next time.